The fastest way to kill a poetry performance is to be generic. The fastest way to kill a dream is to suffocate it. Squeeze out every last breath, wedge it between the words realistic and unattainable, wrap it in blankets of self-doubt, and tell it has no place here. Ostracize and outcast until no one recognizes its face or speaks its name. Kill off passion. Make sure that if the dream ever dares to show its face here again, the dream has no friends and nowhere to stay, so when they tell you, you can be anything you want to be. They mean something within reason, within the constructs of a society that dictates what is acceptable. Find a job that is acceptable, silence your passion, watch your dreams like a silent movie on repeat. When I tell them I'm a poet, when I tell them I'm a poet, they look at me like a failed business venture. Sorry, we can't meet with you. Call us back when you have a stronger proposal. Poets and entrepreneurs both know convention is just convenience we use to convince ourselves that our dreams are worthless, that we are worth less than is customary, convicting us with no judge and a fact-lacking jury. Your Honor, I move to dismiss the motion of the notion of the continuous quote status quo. You can't quell my concern. Yes, you can direct quote me on that. Let's recap. They say they like my flow, but I know what it means that we object to this rejection. Let the record show we know it is never about the final destination. It is about how badly we want to get there. This is for people who want to get there. The underdog. Who know they can beat the odds when the deck is clearly stacked against them. These are people who know what can happen when muggles believe in magic. They look to new horizons like Frodo leaving the Shire, scared but determined. They are not misfits. They are perfectly placed apostrophes. The difference between Y-O-U apostrophe R-E and your this is about survivors like us, skin grown thick like armor, riding through life like a battlefield. We are knuckles bruised from knocking on doors that said they'd never open because our ideas were never good enough. But the same people rejecting us are the same people who use the flower crown filter and forget that Snapchat was a startup. Those who stuff the makers of change in boxes like monsters in bedtime stories, forced to roam around under the cover of darkness. The ones who forgot how sleep feels because their dreams are more important than rest. No wonder they say 2 a.m. was made for the artists. We know this is not the quickest way to become famous. It is about looking at what is and figuring out how to change it. It is about life slapping you across the face and you screaming back, I got this. This is me. Being asked to spell the word unnecessary in the 6th grade, spelling bee replacing the C with an S, 2 S's with a C, tripping over my words, not seeing what I was saying, stuttering off the stage in shame and coming back, a slam. This is for him. Who knows this app can revolutionize the way we see business, saves his allowance because investors won't take a chance on someone armed with just a dream and a business plan under the age of 19. This is for her. With a passion that can outshine the stars and a voice like an anthem. We've lost too many stars to this life's brutal clenched fist. This is not a motivational speech. This is a call to create communities of creators, engineers of ideas, discovering that no amount of training and social conditioning can change what you believe in. So open your arms. Leave your heart out like a welcome mat. Turn on the porch lights. It's been a starless night for far too long. Let the dreams know it's time to come home. My speech, so I'm sorry it's going to be 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I tried to make it 2 minutes. One of the things that I love, and I was going to talk, but I'm going to do a very short poem. One of the things that I love about Sheraa is how much they believe. And I want to carry that with me. And Nejla told me just to be me, so I'm going to do something that's me, about my struggle and overcoming that struggle, and I hope that all of you can, find the same strength of doing that. You think you're so funny. Think everything you say is a clown and trampoline birthday party words like knock knock jokes knocked down with punchlines like half-breed, hybrid, unholy, incomplete. I've spent my whole life trying to figure out what complete is because it seems that nationalities come with conditions and I clearly didn't get that memo, like you need to to pay a fee of admission, and I clearly didn't attend that meeting biologically. My mother's Japanese. She's also American. Her mother's mother came from Sweden. Her adoptive father is Osage, Native American chief of chiefs of the tribes in Oklahoma. We have sushi on New Year's Day in my house. My father's Afra Atiq. Spends his life giving back to his country. Teacher who taught this generation of leaders, son of a pearl diver, descended from greatness, son to a mother who had a heart so big, anything and everything I could possibly wish for could fit inside of it. In school they called me Bint al-Ajnabiyya, the foreigner's daughter. My eyes were more slanted than theirs, my accent was different than theirs, my skin doesn't know what color is, my eyes don't see colors anyways, our veins all pump the same blood in our hearts, all thump the same thump 4 chambers, and you still can't find room for some acceptance in college. I went 4 semesters before the girls stopped calling me Jessica Bint Atiq. They refused to call me by my real name, the name my mother had so carefully picked out for me, the name that was so traditional. Doctors in the hospital wondered where she heard it from. She says she saw my face and decided that I looked like Afra. I'm not sorry. My name doesn't sound as foreign as you think I look. I'm not sorry for who I am. Tell me to go sit in the corner of the cafeteria. Tell me to look outside because the boat is probably waiting to take me back to wherever it is I came from. It's a sick reality when the boy in the schoolyard tells me, maybe your grandparents should have never gotten married, and then your parents would never have met, and then we wouldn't have to stare at your ugly face and try to figure out where you come from. I say, my grandparents both died of cancer. But they never acted like they were sick. The only disease I can see is the one staring back at me when you laugh at me, because I'm not like you say things that only mean kids on playgrounds do and sing songs of, you're so ugly, you're so fat, you don't have friends, but you think you do. If you died, wouldn't miss you. Mock my parents and my heritage. But my parents taught me kindness, and your face is pretty, but your face is a waste of a perfectly good punch. You should consider yourself lucky because I never missed. Sheraa, I wish you many, many, many good punches.